Hello everyone and welcome back to Dio's Bizarre Badgeless Tournament Grand Finals as we're here in the losers bracket Grand Finals between Downtown Gary versus zwergshnauzer. Boy, is this gonna be an exciting match. Both of these teams have shown to be extremely strong throughout the entire tournament, and we're gonna be seeing which team will be competing for the top two spot and potentially the winner of the tournament. This match is going to be extremely crucial for both teams as this will be an elimination match in the losers bracket. The one losing will be taking home the third place and will be eliminated from the tournament. So we'll see how this will play out. Yeah, both these teams have shown to be exceptional throughout the entire tournament. With Downtown Gary being seed 5 and zwergshnauzer being seed 12, neither teams really I guess Downtown Gary is probably expected to make it pretty far given that they're seed 5, but for things zwergshnauzer being here in top 3 as a seed 12 is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see how this plays out. But it looks like, yeah, we're going to be having a bit of a delay here because Downtown Gary doesn't seem to have a tier 1 player. So we're probably going to be seeing the pick and ban phase still, but might take a bit of time before Downtown Gary gets that player. I hope we don't see an FF here in Losers Grand Finals because that wouldn't be too interesting, would it be? Want to see an exciting match between these two teams. Downtown Gary's especially had actually came so close to taking this secured winners brackets winner spot in the grand finals during last week with a tiebreaker going against uh, our winner bracket team, which I don't remember exactly. I believe it was McGranton. Yeah, they came so close to winning it. Came back from a 6-1 streak and made it to tiebreaker, only losing on Kizan, which Tim Kackner performed spectacularly to be able to close it out. Almost had a reverse sweep in Downtown Gary, but now their tournament life is on the line in the losers bracket grand finals. Their loss in the finals from the winner's side during last week may be detrimental. We shall be getting the rolls in the band soon enough. This pool is interesting. There are so many maps I cannot wait to see. There's a lot of tournament maps that people may recognize, but there's also a lot of old stuff that I, to be honest, did not expect to see in 2024 in a grand finals pool. Yeah, we're probably still gonna be waiting for the tier 1 coming from Downtown Gary, as they're gonna have to start the ban phase here. Hopefully, they will have their players coming over soon. Yeah, looks like zwergshnauzer is going to be getting the first ban here, while Downtown Gary is going to be getting the second pick. It's pretty interesting to see going for the second pick here, but given how much points there are to earn throughout this entire match, I believe it would not matter nearly as much as the early rounds. So they're probably capitalizing on the fact that they will be able to see how zwergshnauzer are going to be able to play on the first pick, potentially capitalizing on it. Yeah, again, this match is going to be super interesting. Is Downtown Gary, especially having Hot Bread being the only tier 2 throughout the entire tournament, yet they've made it this far, is an absolute feat. So I'm really hoping to see them be able to play here. So the zwergshnauzer has a very scary lineup. Denji especially is an exceptional player, very good player for the high skill cap that is going to be this grand finals and potentially a decision maker in this match compared to the two 4-digit tier ones that Downtown Gary has, which may be proven to be a disadvantage in this match. Yeah, we're gonna be taking a bit of time here. There seems to be a bit of confusion going on right now, but hopefully that's gonna be all settled. Again, we would love to see a perfect match here in the grand finals with no issues. It'd be really unfortunate if such circumstances that could happen to cause Downtown Gary the match here. Shot taking a bit of time. But honestly, yeah, looking on paper, like, with the exception of probably the tier 1 player, both these teams are actually pretty evenly matched. Especially with Hotbread being such a spectacular tier 2 and Downtown Gary would probably be a huge factor, winning factor that they're gonna have over zwergshnauzer, which mostly capitalizes on their tier 1 players a lot more. This pool as well, having a lot of very interesting maps that I believe are just not the same at all to the previous rounds. Also gonna be worth keeping an eye out for both of these teams. They're gonna have a lot of wild cards that they could pick from that they're not entirely sure which to go for, considering these maps are so different from the skill set that they usually play in tournaments. We shall be waiting for the two bans. Coming from Downtown Gary. Apparently I did miss the ban from the zwergshnauzer, which they're gonna be banning the Nomad 6 Agony. It's a map that I believe, yeah, Downtown Gary could definitely play pretty well. It's a reading map, it's a gimmick map. It's also CS 8.5, something that Downtown Gary have shown to be pretty good on last week. So Nomad 6 being getting rid of is actually not a bad choice at all. They're probably going to be going maybe for getting rid of the other reading pick on the Hidden 2. Maybe getting rid of the Hard Rock 2, which is CS 7.15. Either options are pretty enticing. He has such a strong position as well as gimmick team that is Downtown Gary. They're probably taking their time here. They can get both their bans in right now, given that the format is AVBA. If I was Downtown Gary, I'd probably get rid of the tapping maps, considering they didn't do too spectacularly on them last week. Especially in the Nomad 5 DT2s. Very tapping heavy map. They might want to get rid of maybe Fremont Free, which is Matt's core. I cannot believe I'm seeing it in the pool as well. That's definitely something that is very tapping heavy, even compared to last week, like say Nomad 5 for example. Perhaps they want to get DT3 out of the way, so raw speed on a 293 BPM. But otherwise, the Nomad 5 and the DT2 aren't nearly as speedy as you might have expected. DT2 being tipsy with more so just a DT consistency with only a few long stream sections, but no, they're actually going to be getting rid of the DT2 as well, then the DT3. Just getting rid of the tapping out of the way, but I'm very interested in seeing Matt's core actually still being kept in the pool with the Fremont Free. because I argue that's so much more stamina intense compared to, say, DT2. It looks like zwergshnauzer is going to be getting rid of Hard Rock Free. That's gonna be the ban phase out of the way, as we're gonna be going to the picking phase. zwergshnauzer are gonna be getting the first pick. What will they go for? Looks like straight out of the gate, no mod free, no hesitation. It's gonna be just this monster. Not the loved version, but it's the ranked one, which is arguably easier to some extent in terms of aim, but it is a lot more dense. Some players could probably struggle on it because of the reading. It's also a lot of wiggles, a lot of snap flow alt combinations. We've seen Downtown Gary actually capable of playing these kind of maps, kind of old maps. They get pretty good scores in qualifiers as well, and the Nomad Free. They've shown to be able to play these kind of maps throughout the tournament. So I wonder if this is actually a good pick or not for zwergshnauzer. If they're confident enough on it, then it might as well just go for it, given that they have a lot of opportunities throughout this match. It looks like Downtown Gary actually got their other tier 1 as well. Luvova is awake. Unfortunately, probably going to be going into this match without any warm-up. But Juicy is probably going to be going in for the first match and first map, and maybe try and stall a bit for Luvova to get some warm-up in. Yeah, given that last time Luvova actually played a really good chunk of map as well with Downtown Gary, that's going to be extremely crucial. We're probably going to be seeing Dench here as well as a 120 Selwyn. Very interesting considering 120 Cell is their tapping players. I'm very interested in seeing them going in for this alt pick. The 11s are in, and we shall begin the first map of this grand finals on Justice Monster, no mod free, the losers bracket. Winner of this match will be going on into the top 2, facing against McGrunton in the winners bracket grand finals. So this is going to be extremely crucial for both of these teams. We'll be seeing the start of it here. This map is honestly relatively simple and straightforward for no more free in the grand final stage of a tournament of this caliber. So I'm expecting players to be playing pretty well here. I'm guessing that's what these teams are going to be banking on, but unfortunately on zwergshnauzer, 120 Cell is going to be finding the first break. Dench still holding on, but it's going to be a bit of a rough start for zwergshnauzer. Go double FC on the Wolver and Hardbread. Yeah, again, there's a lot of wiggles, a lot of micro aim, and the snap and the flow that players have to be extremely careful on. Otherwise, a pretty straightforward ult map. The reading could be thrown off as well, given that it is on a 9.8 or 9.5, and Hardbread is going to be finding a miss there. Not sure what happened on Luvova's side. I don't know if he disconnected or if that was the client, but given that behavior, it might actually be that he disconnected. Usually when this happens in the middle of a map, it's because a player disconnected, and that might actually be the case. I think it's a bit too far gone to abort though, if that is the case. Oh no. That is such a rough start. And Downtown Gary can't do anything because we're past the 30-second mark. And I believe that's just a point for zwergshnauzer. Looks like Hotbread can somehow pull off like a miraculous 1v2 here. Oh no. And honestly, it looks like they could be in contention for it. 120 Cell doesn't look too comfortable on this map. Yeah, 95% accuracy right now, not really any combo either. Dench as well, also finding a miss earlier. This could have been a break point right off the gate for Downtown Gary, but Luvova apparently disconnected. They just have to play this map out now. It's not really a choice here. There is a chance for Hotbread to somehow pull off a miracle run here, as Denji and 120 Cell both finding a lot of misses. But can he really make up for the 200k score gap right now? I don't think so. Oh, we might actually be starting off with a really tragic ending to a map here. It's like Hotbread just doing really well right now, getting 200k or 97%, which is really good considering he's a tier 2 player. This is the last quarter of the map. Unfortunately, I just don't think there's any way back here for Downtown Gary. They actually could have taken this break point. 200k gap is more than enough for Luvova to possibly get this point, but man, it's actually just unfortunate. I'm hoping that he'll be able to resolve whatever issue is going on at his end. Otherwise, this is not looking good for Downtown Gary going into the other maps. Maybe it's just a random disconnect. Is it internet or something on his client side? I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna be going into the ending of this map. Denji with a 400k score, very solid, 98% as well. Pretty good score. Hotbread with a 300k, 97% as well on the tier 2, 120 cell, being dragged down a lot by his miscount and accuracy, but he managed to put up a fight. That's really all they needed, to be honest. Granted, that was zwergshnauzer's pick, so it wasn't exactly as detrimental as it could have been if it was Downtown Gary's pick, but this was definitely not the start that they wanted at all. They might just be going into this map as rough as they did on last week. But they just gotta have to let it go. Whatever has happened. They just gotta have to keep going into this match. And as it is now their pick, and they're gonna have to try and get a point on the board here to tie it up. We're looking to probably see something along the line of maybe Fremont into here, Fremont 1, Fremont 2, something that Downtown Gary could bank on, maybe Nomad 4. The hidden pool is also very enticing. There's also the Hard Rock pool, which has actually a lot of aim on the Hard Rock, I believe. All three of the Hard Rocks have some degree of aim pretty much. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But it looks like we are going to be going into the Fremont 2 as expected. They want to go into their strength. They have the Hard Rock players. They have the reading players. This is something that they definitely could bank on. But boy, is this Fremont 2 very hard. There's a lot of flows. Super difficult for the Hard Rock player. On the hidden player as well is not that simple. Could potentially see an easy on the board here, but not entirely sure. Last week we did see an easy, I believe it was on Hotbread's side, but it didn't go particularly well for them against McGranton. So I wonder if you're going to be going for an easy slash hidden here again. Given that this Fremont 2 is significantly harder compared to the Fremont 2 in last week. So we're going to be seeing what a mix-up here. Zwergshnauzer. Who are they going to be getting in? Probably going to be seeing Dench again. Yeah, and 120 cell is also going to be going back in. I believe Dench is probably going to be going on the hard rock and 120 cell on the hidden. Pretty expected. Not entirely sure where Downtown Gary is going to be going. They've been mixing things up a lot in the Fremont too. The last one's going to be going in, and we should be kicking right off into the Fremont 2. Puppy Paw Miku Hatsune Vegetable Juice there. This is a classic song from like the old days of the internet. And seeing it as a Fremont 2 in 2024, that is definitely something to behold. And we're going to actually be seeing an easy, for real, coming from Juicy's side. Instead of Hot Bread this time, Hot Bread's going to be taking the Hard Rock instead. Which is pretty interesting. This map is exceptionally hard. The Hard Rock, you're going to see it right off the bat. There's flow, there's a lot of tricky wiggles, micro aims. Yet the Hard Rock player is going to be the one holding on. Both the easy players, 120 cell and Juicy. Maybe one of fighting misses. The accuracy is still on 120 cell. That's going to be giving zwergshnauzer a pretty comfortable early lead. But Hot Bread's going to be finding another miss. That's the FC down. Denj is still going to be holding on to 98% FC. 120 cell already building back the combo to support him. Juicy is also trying to build back up the combo, but the accuracy is suffering a lot compared to his counterpart. That is 120 cell. And oh no, we're already halfway through the map. This might be backfiring for Downtown Gary. Hot Bread just continues to find misses on the aim section. There's just nothing he can do right now. All of the pressure is on Juicy. Yet Dench just continues to run away with the Hard Rock FC. Unfortunately, going to be finding a miss there. Also 120 cell as well. Juicy has a chance to pull this back. The 300 combo. It's also the easy multiplier to take into account as well. That's going to be able to give them a slight edge. They'll be able to potentially pull this back. But the map is going to be closing out. I don't know if it's enough. The 200k score, 300k score. Still running away with 4 combo. Would the multiplier be enough? I don't think so. That's going to be giving him only 100 something K. And that's just not going to be it. For Downtown Gary, they're going to be dropping a breakpoint for Schnauzer here. 2-0. Just not the start that they wanted at all. First it was a disconnect, and now a loss on their map pick. Denj with an S rank on the Hard Rock. On the Flow Aim CS 6.5 Fremont 2 is an amazing score. Might as well call it an FC even. Both the easy scores on Juicy and 120 cells were spectacular as well. Hot Bread trying his best as a Hard Rock player on tier 2. Unfortunately, it was just not enough. And yeah, I believe Juicy with that 330k score, if you do the math, no matter what, it just wouldn't be enough. Now what? The pick is right back in Schnauzer's side. The Nomad Free worked in their favor in a way that they did not expect. They performed spectacularly on the Fremont 2. Now they have even more wiggle room to work with. They're going to be going with the Nomad 5 now. Going right into one of Downtown Gary's weaknesses, that is tapping. However, this map is rather interesting for a grand final with Nomad 5, because I'd argue that it's mostly just short burst. Relatively comfy, even if you're not a tapping player. And the hardest problem is probably going to be on the fillers that are not the speed sections. It's a 250 BPM comfort test, pretty much. So there is a chance for Downtown Gary to potentially pull this back like they did last week against McGranton on the Nomad 5 as well. Given that previous week, Nomad 5 was also not particularly a full-on tapping map. There's a lot of filler sections that was arguably a lot trickier than the tapping section. This might just be something that they could potentially win on. Potentially get this break point, get them back onto the board. This might be one of the very few chances that they get. We'll see if they can be able to capitalize on it. Again, I'm very surprised that Schnauzer decided to go for a No Mod 5 instead of 3 Mod 3 instead, but I'm guessing they probably want to keep that Manticore tapping map for later. Maybe both teams just want to avoid it. Maybe they both think that it is a wild card of sort and that they want to keep it for later in the match. But instead opts for the No Mod 5, which I'd also think is a pretty big of a gamble as well for Schnauzer. Juicy being pretty much a tapping player really for the team. Hotbread just gonna have to try and keep his ground. He can be able to mash through the streams. As long as he holds his ground, he definitely can be able to pull a score that Downtown Gary needs to be able to win this pick. Both Dench and 120 Cell are tapping players that will be able to play this map pretty comfortably, so we'll be seeing pretty good scores coming from both of them. Hotbread being the one struggling right out the bat. Not beyond our expectations. Juicy is suffering on the accuracy a bit, already down to 90%, but oh, and there it goes, the combo. Just as I said, he was going to be able to hold on to the full combo, and that's all he needed, but no, that's going to be a break coming from him. Hotbread as well, finding the next break, and it just looks like they're just not comfortable at all on this 250 BPM. Juicy, again, both of these players are just not looking to be able to hold any combo at all. 120 Cell did break in the early section, but Den's just going to be holding on to the full combo, 97% accuracy. I believe this match is probably already closed out. 120 Cell does finally find a break with Juicy as well. There's just no combo coming from Downtown Gary's side. Dench continues to just run away with the full combo. It's already halfway through the map. There's just not a lot of room left for Downtown Gary to be able to pull it back. They're gonna need to do something quickly. Hotbread will have to try to make the last ditch effort here to be able to get it back, but the accuracy is suffering so much on 93%. 120 Cell finding another miss. Juicy trying to build that support combo, but Dench is just gonna continue to run away with full combo. Both Juicy and Hotbread finds misses, and Dench is the sole man left on this battlefield. Will be running away with the 500k, closing on the 600k score. Bit of map left. Will he be able to close it out with a full combo? Bit of a triple spam at the end here, a bit of aim back and forth, and Dench will be able to hold on with the FC spectacularly on the No Mod 5. It was just as I said, the skill cap of these high-end tier 1 players like Tim Cactor, like Dench, are the deciding factors going to this grand finals pool, and we're seeing it right here with the No Mod 5 FC. That's all they needed to just get another point on the board, and it is now 3-0. We're seeing a very familiar scenario here for Downtown Gary. They were down 6-1 in the finals match last week before the reverse sweep that we saw. Are we gonna see something similar again? As Schnauzer is gonna be going to 3-0. It is gonna be Downtown Gary's pick. They still have a lot of comfort picks that I believe they can go into. Maybe the No Mod 4. There's a lot of slider aims that No Mod 4. Something that you could potentially capitalize on. That weird tech aim, right? It's also the hidden free, which is, I argue, is something that Downtown Gary could probably try as well. There's a lot of hidden flow aim, but there's also a lot of downtime that they can be able to try and build combo on with a really good map against a team with good players, high-end skill cap players like Dench. Yeah, there's also the Hidden 2 reading map as well, which is what they're going to be going into. This Hidden 2 is, specifically, I'd argue, is actually relatively easy for this Grand Finals stage. It's really just aim consistency, few tapping section here and there on the burst, but that's pretty much about it. You could think of this as like a No Mod 1, but condensed down to a AR8 hidden map. As long as you got the reading down, really, there's not much to say about this map. We'll see if our reading players in Downtown Gary are prepared for this. But again, zwergshnauzer, they have the reading players as well. So, we're not entirely sure how this is going to be playing out. We're probably going to be seeing Sharitori going in here, Dench going out, maybe Respective going in for the reading. 120 Self also seen playing some of the hidden maps. Also could be a solid option for their roster. Lugova and Hotbread are probably going to be going in for Downtown Gary here. Man, I mean, really, Hotbread's the only tier 2 player on Downtown Gary. There's not really any other options for the tier 2 side. It's just between Juicy and Lugova. We're waiting for the tier 2 player from Schnauzer. Yeah, second wall, Natsuo no Wari. Believe this was pulled in OWC in one of the earlier rounds. It's not particularly a surprise to see it in a late stage of a tournament such as this. Yeah, it was a qualifiers hidden too for OWC. You're going to be seeing it at Grand Finals DVD. So we believe the tier 1 players should be able to play this pretty well. Uva and Sharitori both can play reading to a pretty comfortable extent that they shouldn't struggle too much on aim consistency hidden too. Hotbread as well have shown to be pretty comfortable in the reading. 120 cell. Hotbread does find an early miss there. Shouldn't matter too much. Given a map this simple, maybe every break does matter. 120 cell does trade a break. That's both the tier 2 players down. 120 cell struggling along the accuracy. Did find another miss earlier. That's gonna bring the lead right back to Downtown Gary. Both our tier 1 players here, Lugovoa and Sharitori, as I mentioned, they'll be able to play pretty comfortably here on the 10-2. It's all down to the tier 2 players, whether or not they can be able to hold on. Hotbread here continues to still run away with a combo, but unfortunately, Lugovoa is going to be finding a miss. The full combo is down on Downtown Gary's side. Hotbread is still clinging on to just a bit longer, but he does find a miss as well. 120 Sal has already built back the combo for Schnauzer. And Sharitori is still going to continue forward with that full combo. It does find a break though on 120 Cell. Sharitori is going to be the only one with the full combo left. 99% FC. Downtown Gary. This is their pick after all. Is it just going to be another break point? We're not even halfway through the map yet though. So there is a chance for them to come back if Sharitori does find a break right now. But that's the key word. Right at this moment, Sharitori needs to drop that combo. But no, Lugova continues to struggle. Despite the accuracy looking so well, these players are struggling on the aim section just as this map is. It is an aim consistency map. 120 Cell does drop the support combo, but Sharitori continues to run away with the full combo still. We're seeing the exact scenario that we saw earlier on the number 5. Both players on Downtown Gary, despite being able to hold on for just a tiny bit, but it's just that tier 1 player on zwergshnauzer that's just gonna run away with the full combo. It's such a huge score differential. Hotbread, another combo down. Lugova, she's gonna have to try and build back the combo here. But unfortunately, finds a miss. The double 300k score on Downtown Gary is just not enough because Sharitori is running away with the 700k score right here. And still with the FC, finally finds a break on that aim section. But that was just all that he needed to do. There's no combo on Downtown Gary to bring it back. 120 Cell already got just a teeny tiny bit of combo that can keep them ahead. The scoreline is stalled and there is no way back for Downtown Gary. It is now 4-0 for zwergshnauser's side. As we're going to be going into the ending of Hidden 2. Not another FC coming from a tier 1, unfortunately, on zwergshnauzer side, but still, the carry on Tori was all they needed. 4 points on the board. And we're just seeing the exact same scenario as last week. Downtown Gary just off to a rough start. Not really having their footing right now. We're gonna be having a second commentary here. Coming in. Hello, Exia. Welcome
Hello.
to the stream.
Thank you for
Hello,
welcoming me to the
hello.
stream. See that Downtown Gary is currently down 0-4.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough right now. It really is the exact same scenario from last week. I'm hoping to see that they can probably pull a reverse sweep again. That would be amazing, but ideally you wouldn't want to see that happening at all. Pick is back on zwergsschnauzer's side.
We're just gonna have to see what pick zwergshnauzer gets to pick. A DT1 straight into our fast aim map. 10.3 AR, nothing to scoff about on the AR, but you have to be pretty consistent at this fast types of jumps, fast types of bursts to be able to FC this map.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a cryo DT map. If you play some of the older DT maps, then you know cryo loves to put a lot of burst into it as well. It's not just an aim map. This is consistency in its truest form. Memories last. But yeah, we've seen Downtown Gary not performing too bad on these DT1 last week as well. During the DT1, they were able to hold on pretty steadily, but still, this DT1 is very different from last week. It's not just about the aim, there's a lot of bursts thrown in here and there. We've seen that they didn't do too well on the Nomad 5 earlier.
Oh, for the team, you're always going to have Hot Bread as your tier 2 player, as for the Downtown Gary team, and Juicy or Love have to be switching out as the tier 2 players. But as we can see on the roster, we have Juicy and Hot Bread for the side of Downtown Gary, and Dench going to be your tier 1 player, and our 120 cell going to be our tier 2 player. So let's see how this matchup goes.
Yeah, I think this is pretty expected. This goes both into 120 cell and Dench's skill set. We haven't seen perspective in the lobby so far, but that doesn't seem to matter too much for zwergshnauzer as they've already gotten 4 points on the board, so this is expected to be heavily in the favor of zwergshnauzer, but we'll see if Downtown Gary can be able to pull off a miracle here, getting the first breakpoint on the board.
And I think you really need this point to be able to gain some momentum, but you're already seeing how Hotbread cannot contest with the DT maps on this. 120 still not having a great time. Two of the tier 2 players aren't going to be spectacular on this DT1, but the top tier 1 players such as Juicy and Dench going to have to perform spectacular on this DT1 to be able to push this match further. But as you can already see, Dench with a 98% at close to 99% is showing what DT1 spectacular skill he has.
Yeah, the skill cap player on Deji is extremely important going to such a map like Memories Last, and Juicy does find a break. There's no combo left on Downtown Gary's side as Deji still continuing to run away with full combo again, but unfortunately does find a break. It's complete combo reset. However, the advantage is heavily in favor of zwergshnauzer. There's a 120k score lead right now to be made up by Downtown Gary. Unfortunately, there's just no combo being built at all. Juicy finding another break.
Yeah, and Hotbird has to step up a little bit here. The tier 2 players must find a little bit of footing here, but as we're already going to the last third of the map, halfway done, these bursts are absolutely long and as well as fast, sitting at more than 230 BPM stream. Pretty much not accurate to what I just said, but 120 cell finding another break. You have combo advantage if you're Downtown Gray. You just need Dench to break and you can be able to take the lead back here, but with Dench's powerhouse performance here, at 99% accuracy, it does not look likely that you're able to take this point.
There is still a bit of time left. There's a complete combo reset here on zwergshnauzer, but right as I said that, unfortunately, Downtown Gary just completely lost every chance that they could have had back into this match, and Dench is going to be running away with this final bit of combo. I believe that was a 1-miss choke. 99% as well. That was a spectacular performance on Dench. And it's just doesn't seem to be any way back for Downtown Gary at the moment. That was an S rank as well. One slider break. 120 Cell also did pretty well to back up his teammate, but honestly, had Dench FC'd the map, that would have been a 1v2. And that would have been even more brutal than it already is. Now the pick is back on Downtown Gary. What options do they have left?
I mean, just looking back on the DT1, everyone's probably realized the power of Dench being able to perform in such mechanic level maps, as well as just perform in any type of map for zwergshnauzer. But for Downtown Gary, this is possibly going to be your last pick if you do not win this pick right here. You need to pick something you need to win. No more breakpoints are affordable in this map, in this type of the stage. You are so far into the match, down 0-5, 2 more mistakes, 2 more drops, and you are done. Your tournament lives are gone. But it does not mean it's over.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen this exact scenario last week. Downtown Gary, I believe they have the mentality to be able to still continue to play this match for as long as the tournament life is still in them. This pick here may just be the start of it. What options do they have? They could probably go into the Hard Rock. They've shown to be pretty good on them. Maybe again in the Fremont, but that didn't work too well. No 1-4. It's gonna be the option.
Yeah,
however,
right into the tech.
Yeah, this map is so much harder compared to No 1-4 last week. It is just slider aims. This is tech in its truest form.
If anyone's seen
Valhalla.
the courses, if anyone's seen the courses open Noma 4 in the grand finals, I'm pretty sure Null, I'm not sure what the full name is, but this is kind of similar to it. Not really as much in the slider aim, but lots of forward bursts, lots of finger control added to this tech. And these sliders, as you said, the slider aim, these slider ticks are unfortunately placed in some places that are most uncomfortable to Osu mapping history. But this tech is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, for sure. And again, they picked into this No 4 last week, sorry, and that didn't work out too well for them. Really, they don't have too much options left. They might as well just bank on this. But I do believe that this map is on the more extreme end of No 4 that they could probably capitalize on. Hot Bread is a key factor here, given that he is arguably a lot more comfortable on this compared to tier 2 players on zwergshnauser's side. Seems like Respective is going to be the one going in. But so far, tier 1 on zwergshnauser, yeah, Dench is going to be going in for this map. They've shown to be spectacular, both Sheratori and Dench. So let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah, Luvova's going to be going in to quite a long break. So we'll see how this No 4 plays out. Downtown Gary has a chance here to be able to potentially flip this match on its head and potentially pull it all the way back from a 5-0 deficit.
It is going to be a fairly short map here, 2 minutes and 12 seconds, but nothing to be very short about. This map feels like an eternity as you're playing it, but these sliders, if you cannot get your rhythm, you're not gonna have a very good time on this specific map. But as you can see, a little bit of a sneak peek for the future of these key eyes, these sliders. This is what the sliders will look like as we boost up to the Hotbread. Finds a uncharacteristic break on a slider tick. Very much misaiming that, but here we go into the first key eye and see how they do.
And you see another miss here coming from Respective. Both the tier 2 players, they're finding early misses here. Hotbread, however, the lead is still on Downtown Gary's side. There's such a huge accuracy difference here compared to Respective. Unfortunately, Volva also finds a miss as well. And Dench, again, is still in the full combo. going into this no mod 4. There's no combo left on downtown Gary's side. That just continues to run away with it. He looks so comfortable on this. It just doesn't seem like there's any chance for downtown Gary at all. As he just continues to hit through his Ki. Duel, hard bread, double break, respective as well. And then just gonna be the sole full combo on the board. All eyes are on him. Match already got into the final 1/3.
This score is absolutely brutal. This is already a 1v2 if he continues to play, but you do not know what the difficulty of this map, this aim control that you are required to have to be able to map, and he is absolutely destroying downtown Gary. He still has the only FC, the highest act at 95%. No one is able to get close to him. Dutch finally finds the break, but he's 600k. He's so far ahead of downtown Gary that he's already broke them apart.
Oh my god. Again, our rank 100 player just continues to brutalize the lobby. And the 1v2 is secured. Respective still put up the support that Dench needed as a back foot in case anything goes wrong, but it was not necessary at all. It was a one miss coming from Dench. Yeah, he one missed. Very solid accuracy, still 94%. Unfortunately, Ruvova did play pretty well as well, but just couldn't hold on to any combo. And already at match point for zwergshnauzer.
He was so close to an FC, but as he got further into the map, it didn't even matter. And now Schwarzenegger has the pick and the opportunity to close this in a full sweep. 7-0. You have no mods 2, no mod 1 open. You still got your hiddens. You still have both hard rocks that haven't been picked yet, and the free mod 1s and 3s, as well as DT4. But what can you do? Schwarzenegger is so much in the lead that you can literally pick anything.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, then there's only really 2 maps left that they can honestly just go into and be super comfortable with. Is No Mod 2, is free mod 3, both the tapping and stream maps. It's gonna be the No Mod 2 that they will be secured. However, this map is not exactly entirely a stamina heavy No Mod 2. It is critical cannonball, limited break difficulty. It is more, I'd argue, a lot more on the flow aim side, a lot more on the light tech side instead of just raw No Mod 2 that you've always seen. It just might be a glimmer of hope for downtown Gary, but seeing how that No Mod 4 went, I don't know if there's any chance that they can get this point.
This has been picked for the OWC hidden ones. I'm not sure what stage it is, but it is a hidden map, but I think this was on a hidden one. And seeing this as a hidden one makes me a little bit confused, as this is not consistency at all. This is not your normal No Mod 2, as Chip said, but you have a No Mod 4 into a No Mod 2. It's a lot of flowy, as you said, and the tech streams on this map are extremely aim flowy heavy. It demands your absolute attention to detail of how you're gonna hit these streams, how you're gonna hit these tech patterns. But for the No Mod 2, your Dench, the absolute star of this match, there's no surprise that we won't see him in this map, and he's just gonna absolutely destroy this No Mod 2. But downtown Gary, finally, you're on the back pedal, your backs are against the wall, the knife is at your throat. Can you find the scores to be able to break this sweep?
Oh, don't you jinx it, because they've done it before. They've done it last week. I want to see them able to come back. It'll be amazing to see Furioso Melodia tiebreaker. We have to see it at some point, surely. That is just crazy to see how Furioso Melodia has pulled in 2024 Grand Finals. But they got a long way to go for downtown Gary. 6 maps in a row. Can they do it again?
Feel like have fun going around in the chat. MP start link from our referee, the Hunter. Thank you for refereeing this match, and as well as Sukun. Suicune. Not sure how to pronounce your name, but thank you for streaming this match. But here we go into the Nomad 2 and potentially the last map of this loser grand finals match. And as we can already see, Act drops from Hot Bread, but as you can hear the setting of the song, you can see how well this is going to set up the Nomad 2 setting for this match.
Yeah, Hot Bread's gonna be looking to find another break here. Luova as well, 120 cell is down, and Dench again is gonna be the sole full combo in this intro session, but unfortunately he finds a miss on that circle.
Bencho.
No, it was actually a Bencho. Alright, I don't even know how that happens. A bit of a rough start for Downtown Gary. Yeah. He's still got a long way to go though. Now we're into the Key Eye section. Tenji's still looking to hold on to that SS. Luova and Hot Bread are still trying to slowly steady build back, but the 120 cell is there with the support combo. And Dench needs the worst case scenario that he does want to break. He just looks so comfortable on this right now. The SS continues to run away with it. Unfortunately, does find a 100 there, but 120 cell does find a miss. The support is down from zwergshnauzer. If Dench finds a miss here, the lead can completely swing back on Data Gary's side. Luova and Hot Bread are still continuing to steadily build back despite this early breaks, but
the tech session is absolutely extremely demanding of your aim. Hot Bread finds a break, traded with 120 cell, but that's a huge combo down for Downtown Gary. And Love has a huge combo to contest with Dench, but Dench's accuracy is so godlike. And into our tech stream part, as these flow patterns are absolutely crazy. Love finds a break. Does Dench follow as well? He does not. He keeps FCing towards the break, and now with the advantage in their hand, they have the opportunity to close this out in a 7-0 sweep. But all we need is to ask for is Downtown Gary going to be able to hold a little bit combo and pray for Dench to break, but it doesn't look like that. They hit the space stream, both players on Downtown Gary done, and Dench is going to go for the FC. All eyes on him. This star player is absolutely going crazy on this Nomad 2.
there's no way he sees this, right? There's the 1/3 of the 1/4 of the map left, sorry, but basically he's going, I believe that there's really not that much left in the map to go. This is pretty much the entire map subbed up. There's no true diff spike here. As long as he continues to maintain this, then just secure the FC. Luova Hot Bread just continues to find misses. I just don't think there's any chance for him to come back at all. And Dench is a soul.
Oh, that's the FC. After that point of the map, it is smooth sailing from here. It's the same replication of the beginning. You just do not want to miss or have a little bit of finger control. But with that FC, Dench 1v2ing and absolutely destroying Downtown Gary. They move up to the grand finals to compete.
Oh my god, that was a spectacular performance from zwergshnauzer throughout this entire match. I wouldn't even be surprised if Dench has a free match cost in this right now. Someone needs to check that. But that was just a resounding victory from zwergshnauzer. Downtown Gary, they put up an amazing fight. They still got pretty good scores all around. They probably beat any other team in the tournament with these scores, but not against Dench, not against zwergshnauzer. They're going to be matching up against Migranten tomorrow in the winners grand finals. They are at a disadvantage being in the losers grand finals. They'll still have to go the bracket reset if they do want to win this tournament out. Given how they play today, there just might be a chance. And again, this is a C12 team that is coming from zwergshnauzer. It is just amazing to see how far they've come. And this is the last stretch. They've secured top 2.
Top 2, there's nothing to be disappointed about. You worked so hard to this point, but then give yourself a pat on the back. Almost exceeding 2.9 match cost score, sitting at 2.896 match cost score. Absolute monster performance. This devil is absolutely out of control. Someone and the grand final people. Who's in the grand finals that are competing against?
It is Migranten, the C3 team.
Okay, well they have to be competing against this team. They have to be stopping Dench's powerhouse performances, but with how well-rounded Bronson is, Dench has to be absolutely on his power play to be able to contest with the winners. But yeah, that was a great match to watch and promising as well.
Yep, we're going to be seeing the winners bracket match tomorrow at 15 UTC, so long as nothing goes wrong. We'll be seeing you then, but for now it's going to be the match. It's been great casting with you, and thank you Suikun as well for streaming, and thank you Hunter for the ref. We'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out everyone.
Peace out.